Doing a neck reset on an old parlor style guitar like this is not like removing a standard dovetail style. This is what they call an ice cream cone neck heel, and the neck joint is pretty confusing. So I really don't want to take off the neck. Let's explore another option. The guitar does have the typical high action, but I think it's mostly due to the bow in the neck. Right now the action is at 9/64 on the bass string, and the underbow on the neck is about 28 thousandths. Let's see if we can straighten out the neck, how much lower the action will come down. Then we can figure out what to do from there. I have it clamped so the neck is straight. It's under string tension right now. Somewhat of the pitch. And I got about 6/64. And the original action was about 9/64. So with that being said, I think I will attempt to straighten out this neck. I've tried this before and it doesn't always work, so wish me luck. So the plan here is to heat up the neck and heat up the fingerboard. Hopefully it will loosen the glue, and while I clamp this into a back bow, I'll let it cool, and sometimes that holds its position and straightens out the neck. Well, let's put the strings on it and see how it looks and how long it lasts. After that heat treatment, the bow in the neck came back after I got the string tension on here. The relief is better. It was 28 thousandths and it's dropped to about 20 thousandths. So that got better. But you can see the action came back to pretty much exactly where it was. 9/64 and 8/64. So still needs a neck reset at this point, but I still think I got to get more relief out of that. So I made one more attempt with more heat and a little more time. This time I clamped it into a back bow before I applied the heat and then left it to cool. I got this up to about 200 degrees for about an hour. So what I was fearing all along is that this heat treatment is not going to work, and so we got to go to one of the worst case scenarios. Instead of doing a neck reset, I think the way to handle the neck relief issue is to take the fingerboard off, insert carbon fiber rods, put a new fingerboard on, taper the angle, and then refret it. So here it is. I got the fingerboard off. So this is the piece that came off right here. That's going to get glued back on. Got a nice little hole right there. I'm just going to use a chisel and get this all off of here. Here's some shots of the neck joint, and even with the fingerboard off, I still don't want to take the neck off. It's just too confusing. Perfectly flat. Now we got full tension and checking the relief. Under tension, it's about 15 thousandths on the board. Now I got the angle set, I believe. I put in a couple of dummy frets just to show the space off the top, and with the correct nut height, which is just about right there, I'm only about 2/64 above this fret here. And I know it's going to pull up a little bit when I get all the string tension on it, and the saddle's really low. So I believe this is going to be about as good as I can get it. You can see I planed it down quite a bit. See if you can see that, how thin it is on this side, and then how thick it is over here. You can see. So that's about as good as I'm going to be able to get it. I don't want to go much lower than that. You can see the saw kerf has gone almost through the board, but hasn't gone through yet. So I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to get this ready to refret it and put some new frets in here and go through that whole process, which is pretty standard. And I'll show you what this looks like when it's all strung up. So we ended up with a final action on the bass side, 5.5/64 and around 5/64 on the treble, with a neck relief of about, not much, 4 or 5 thousandths, and I had to file the frets in the center of the board to get that relief because the actual fingerboard is pretty flat.